and welcome back to While You Were Cleaning. I'm Beth. Today we are going to be putting together two different spring decor DIYs. In case you didn't see, the other day I made a post asking what you all wanted to see for my next video, and spring DIYs was the one that was voted for the most. If you voted for one of the other two options, don't worry, those videos will be coming soon as well. But for today, it's the spring DIY video, and I am excited about this video. I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, please hit that like button, please comment, and please subscribe, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using two of these 16-ounce ball mason jars. I picked these up from a thrift store for 40 cents. I've chosen to use this Rust-Oleum spray paint in the color Ocean Mist. I decided to use spray paint because it's just a little bit of a faster process and dries faster than hand painting these jars. You can use whatever paint that you have available in your home. I started off painting these face down, and then I had to turn them over to make sure that I got the top part of the jar as well. Once the paint dried, I used a sanding block to start taking off the paint over the words and the edges of the jar, just here and there to give it a rustic appearance. You can also use some sandpaper that will work just as well. Since my spray paint was just a little bit glossy, I also used the sanding block across all of the surfaces of the jar just to doll up the paint a little bit. I chose this aqua color for my jars because it matches really well with the decor in my home. I think a gray or a white would look great as well. Next, I'm going to use some of this twine to hang my jar. I started by cutting off a piece that was about 2 to 3 feet long. Start off by adding a little bit of hot glue to the back of your jar and then attach your twine to that. Keep adding hot glue as you wrap your twine around the jar. I added the twine around the jar and then stopped right over where the measuring print is on the side of the jar. Here I added a dab of glue, and now we are going to make the handle for the jar. I placed a ruler inside of the jar, and then I pulled my twine up until it reached the 10-inch mark on the ruler. And then I pulled my string tight again, back down to the jar, held it in place so that I could start gluing again. You'll attach this handle on the opposite side of the jar, right above where those measuring marks are again. Now we're going to start wrapping the twine around the jar again, gluing on both sides of that handle so that the twine and the glue together are going to hold the handle in place. The twine is then wrapped a third time around the top of the jar, again holding that handle in place, and then once you reach the back, you can cut it off and glue it down. To hang my jars on the wall, I'm going to be using two of these black plant hooks from Dollar Tree. I want these hooks to sit flat on the wall, so I'm going to be drilling 2 new holes in them. The first hole will be 1 inch down from the top, and the second will be 2 inches down. My husband drilled the new holes from the back of the hook. If you are not able to drill new holes into your hooks, you could use the existing holes on the hook, and then it would just be sticking out farther from the wall, or you could also try using some heavy-duty command strips. I attached my hooks to the wall using the screws that came along with them. I filled my jars with some white lilac flowers from Dollar Tree. It cost me just under $3 to make each of these hook, jar, and flower decorations. I love the way that these turned out. They matched the decor in my home perfectly, and they were a great size to fill some empty wall space. For the next project, you're going to need one of these willow wreaths from Dollar Tree. And I picked up these magnolia flowers from Dollar Tree during the Christmas season. They have some magnolias out now with their spring decor as well. You'll want to use some wire cutters to cut off each of the flowers with about a 2 to 3 inch stem. I bent each of the stems before adding a little bit of hot glue to the bottom so that they could slip into the wreath and hold a little bit better. I added a total of 5 white magnolias to my wreath, in that lower left-hand section of the willow wreath. Lastly, I'm going to add the branches from one of these willow stems, also from Dollar Tree. There were a total of 4 branches. I bent the branches to go along the curve of the wreath. I used hot glue at the end of each branch and then right in the center behind one of those leaves. I added 2 of the willow branches right at this first part coming out of the top of the magnolia flowers. And then the other 2 branches I added around the rest of the wreath so that the willow branch looked like it was weaved into the wreath. I love the way the willow branches look added to this wreath. This wreath turned out very springy looking, and it was the perfect size to add to my gallery wall. This project also only cost $3. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hashtag while you were cleaning if you try either of these DIYs and share them on social media. I would love to see them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!